Hey there, Commanders! GuardianE here with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video, and here we are on the first part of the Lycoris Recoil collaboration event with Nikke, Cause Recoil. So, just got the update finished, going into it fresh. I don't really know what to expect or anything, so we're going to experience a lot of this together firsthand. But first and foremost, we are going to be going to the limited event banner that does feature the Lycoris Recoil first character, Chisato. So Chisato is here. It is a pick-up limited time recruitment for her. Alright, so let's get cracking. Let's get started. We'll start pulling for Chisato here while just kind of like talking generally about the collaboration and the update and kind of what to expect. So let's start digging in. I like the cute little cup, the mug, and the the bag as symbols on the recruitment buttons. That's kind of nice. So let's start using our advanced recruit vouchers. So, full disclosure, Lycoris Recoil, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing about it. I'm coming into this completely blind. Yeah, I know it's an anime. That's about it. As far as I know, I don't know anything about the characters, don't know anything about the setting. I think there are guns involved. That's about it. So, despite that, I mean, whenever I think of a collaboration, and you know, there's definitely a lot of strong opinions about collaboration choices and things like that. Certainly, I love it when they pick a collaboration with an IP that I know and love. There's no question about that. But I don't get too hung up on it because, generally speaking, you know, it's usually exposure to another IP, another, you know, popular IP that people love that I can learn more about. So I guess that's just kind of the attitude that that I usually have with collaborations, especially since we get so many collaborations. You know, at some point, there's one of them's going to hit, you know, one that jives with my tastes, right? And not all of them will, and not all of them have to, in my opinion. You know, if there are people happy out there about this pick, you know, and who knows, like, I might watch the series or read the series or whatever and fall in love with the series. I don't know. I think that's kind of the beauty of getting the collaboration exposure is that, you know, you're getting some exposure to something new and something that you might end up, you know, becoming a real diehard fan of. You know, when we had the Chainsaw Man collaboration, which might not be the best example because I do think that collab was a little half-baked. Oh man, 3 multis in and no golds. But that notwithstanding, I hadn't watched Chainsaw Man, you know, when that collaboration hit, so I knew nothing about it. But I watched Chainsaw Man later, and I fully enjoyed it. So, you know, it's one of those things, and that's exactly why, you know, when we get a collaboration and I don't know anything about them, I'm still gonna pull for them because I don't know. Maybe unless I hate them, you know, maybe I'll, you know, I could become a fan, and so, you know, I don't want to miss out on a limited character because of that, right? So, oh my God, really? You know, collab. Oh, okay, all right, okay. I was gonna say it's at the 2%. You know, you could work with me a little bit here because this is becoming a very, very sad story. Okay, Rappy, come through for me, please. I didn't even see what number it was. I think it's coming up. So we're looking for that. We're looking for that abnormal. That's what we want. And oh, okay. Hell yeah! All right, excellent. There we go. Chisato. Good posture with the firing and then the smile. Okay. So again, I don't know anything about Chisato. We'll learn more about her kit too. We'll take a look together and everything. But as far as the character goes, you know, not necessarily a design that you know, not necessarily a design that I'm like head over heels over or anything. But again, context matters, right? I haven't seen the show. I don't know anything about it. And who knows, maybe, you know, depending on how the actual story itself goes, that could go a long way, like the collaboration story, right? Which we're also going to take a closer look at. So we had to go, what was that, like 50, 60 pulls in? I'm totally fine with that. If we get the target in 50, 60 pulls, and of course we do have a second target incoming with the collaboration. There is another character that will be dropping, I believe, on the 19th. So we do have to be aware and wary of that, naturally, but yeah, here's Chisato. So she is going to be, is that a submachine gun attacker burst 3? So from the squad Cafe Lycoris Recoil, the cafe where Chisato Nishikigi Takina Inui and Kurumi work as employees. One of the many branches of DA, it operates as an ordinary cafe in disguise. So it seems like the flavor's on point, right? With like cafe sweeties. So I feel like it does kind of mesh and gel in that sense at the very least. And again, we get a little preview of the next character. So Takina is going to be, I believe, the next banner hitting on the 19th. Kurumi, I believe, is the free SR. So you do get her just by participating and clearing missions in the event. Now, her full name is Chisato Nishikigi. She is actually said to be the strongest Lycoris of all time. She happily resolves the troubles of ordinary citizens that are ignored by DA. She calls herself the official mascot of Cafe Lycoris, and goes about her work cheerfully and energetically. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's take a look at her here. So there are a couple of skins. Okay, so here's a nice little sporty skin. And then we've got a nice little rocker, red spark guitar. That's pretty cool. Alright, so starting with her default, right? You can give her a little tap. She whips out the pistol, fires off a couple of shots, then flashes the smile with the finger wag. Let's see. And then there we go. So it does look like, yeah, submachine gun, right? And then she's got the red splashes with the fire. That's interesting. I don't know what in-universe reason there is behind that, but that's definitely unique, right? And then we've got she's got popping the shots. There we go. Yeah, with the Sprite. I really do think they've stepped up their chibi game like quite a bit. I feel, well, you know, I know ever since with the surface mode and everything, that's gotten the chibis more exposure, and I think they're probably exploring like different ways to incorporate the chibis more because they're really fleshed out. Like they're really well animated. Like the latest chibis that they've introduced into the game. So it would be a shame to not utilize them more. We got a special event going on, and hey, want to do some warm-up exercises? Alright, so the first one was the sporty one. So this is the training wear. Okay, so from event. So I think this is the free skin, right? So just by acquiring Chisato, and that's the nice thing about collaboration units, generally speaking, you get at least one free skin with them. That's at least been the modus operandi so far. So it looks like Chisato does come with this track skin, which is kind of nice. Has the gym bag on the side, got the water, and then she still whips out the pistol from behind her back. She's got it stored back there. A little bit of midriff, and with the running shorts and everything. But yeah, she's ready to race. Take a look at the shooting pose here. So yeah, once again, got a little bit more of like an athletic aesthetic to her, naturally, you know, a little sporty. And then you got the chibi in action too. So it's a nice little bonus to get. I don't know if this is an inspired skin from the show. Yeah, I don't know. Come, stop by. Okay, same quote and same quote. Okay. Alright, so the next skin is the rocker skin. Well, let's see what we got here. Alright, so Red Spark Girl guitar. So this is from the event pass. That does mean that it is going to be a paid skin if you get the event pass. This skin will be at the final rewards for that. But the punk rocker look is really nice on her. She's got the guitar, doing some riffs and everything. Yeah, very cool. And the off-the-shoulder look, you know, it's the very lackadaisical kind of appeal to it. She does have the asymmetrical leggings with the fishnet and the torn stockings too. The high boots with the buckles and straps and everything. It works really well. And I do believe that the other collaboration characters have a consistent theme with alternate skins. So I think they have they come together kind of to make a punk band, so to speak. That's kind of nice. And again, I don't know if there's like an in-universe reason for this, like if they are like a band together or not, or maybe like in an episode they were part of a band. I don't know. But here they are, or here she is, with that enduring smile. Let's see, any different quotes or anything? No, not quite. But it looked like her idle pose changed. Yeah, so the idle pose does match the actual tap animation with this skin. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so let's take a quick look at her kit here, because I have not really researched anything about how her kit works at all. So she is going to be an attacker burst 3, right? So she presumably is going to be a DPS. Activates at the start of battle, affects self. Charges extra sensory to 100% continuously, up to 100%. This effect cannot be dispelled. So she's just constantly in this extra sensory mode, okay? Activates while extra sensory status, affects self. Effect changes according to the charge level of extra sensory. Oh. Previous effects trigger repeatedly, only when at 100%, dodging bullets, invulnerable for 2 seconds. Oh. Only when above 70%, attack up 54% continuously. This effect cannot be dispelled. Only when above 55%, true damage up 49% continuously. This effect cannot be dispelled. And only when above 25%, hit rate up 23% continuously. Okay. Effect self every 2 seconds, extra sensory down 1%. Oh! So she's front-loaded. That means, like, as soon as she sets foot on the battlefield, she has all of those effects, and as time goes on, she loses more and more of these buffs. They can't be dispelled, but she has, like, a whole boatload of different buffs at the very start of battle, and then it slowly decreases over time. Every 2 seconds, extra sensory goes down 1%. Interesting. So that means that every minute, you're going to lose 30%. Right? 30%. So 3 minutes in, towards the end of a battle of 3 minutes, she's basically going to be almost down to, like, she's going to be down to, like, 10% or something, right? So that's interesting. Her skill 2 activates when using burst skill, affects self. Normal attacks deal true damage for 10 seconds. Ooh, okay. So that's some fixed damage, ignoring defenses. Activates again after landing 48 normal attacks, affects self. Deals 473% of final attack as true damage. So she just gets a big bonus after a certain number of normal attacks. And then if we take a look at her weapon, capacity is 120, and of course you could overload her, right, to get more ammo capacity. But presumably at 120 ammo capacity, you know, she's going to be hitting that at least twice per clip, if not more with overload. So that is yeah, that's a good bit of damage. That's a good bit of damage after 48 normal attacks. And then her burst skill, emergency charge, affects self. Charges extra sensory to 100%. Oh, I should have kept reading. I should have kept reading. I should have kept reading. Attack up 73% for 10 seconds. So that is kind of fascinating. Okay. So it's kind of interesting. So she refreshes her extra sensory to 100% every time she bursts. Considering how many times and how quickly we full burst in this game, she's not going to be deviating far from 100% that often. Now, most of her effects that she has are selfish, right? They boost herself, but it's interesting that that really her burst boosts aren't tied to her actual burst skill. They're tied to her skill 1. It's just that her burst skill refreshes everything. So in reality, like with the extra sensory dropping 1% every 2 seconds, you gotta think, like, a burst lasts 10 seconds, right? So then that you would have at least a 5% decrease in extra sensory, but you're not gonna get really more than another, like, 5% of a decrease in an optimal team. So you're gonna stay around that, like, you know, 70% or above easily. The 100% is you get invulnerability, right? So that's when she bursts, she gets actually invulnerability for 2 seconds, which is really big. But after that, she basically is going to have consistent, you know, activation of all of her extrasensory buffs other than the invulnerability pretty much constantly in an optimal team. All right, so it's time to take her for a spin in the old shooting gallery against an Iron Weak boss. Well, let's see how she does. Here we go. So we can actually see, okay, there is the gauge dropping right now. So it's at 98%. So again, it's dropping 1% every 2 seconds. So okay, so we can actually get a feel for exactly what threshold she does or doesn't hit, right? So she's gonna burst, firing off the shot. The flower blooms in the back to 100%. There we go. And throughout the course of the burst, she's gonna be firing, getting all of those buffs, all those tasty buffs, and then as the burst decreases, she's gonna be down to 95%. And then we're going to go through the second series of bursts, right? There we go. And we'll see, yeah, we'll see how low she gets. But as long as she stays above 70%, which again is a really, really easy threshold to keep, she's going to get the majority of those massive, skill 1 buffs going that cannot be dispelled. So they will persist moving forward, which is quite nice. So she is hitting, 86% now. And I'm autoing, so I'm not like doing quickfire, and the team itself has pretty decent burst generation, but it's not like super optimal burst generation. And so she hits 84% as sort of the low point. So once again, she's got like 14% to spare, which is about 30 seconds. So again, she's not really going to be threatening going below 70%. I love the bed of flowers underneath her that bloom. That's really cool too. Again, I'm completely ignorant as to their significance, so I don't know. I'm sure it's much more meaningful to a fan, but I can at least say that they're pretty. I like the effect at least. And then the red haze that's there too is really neat. It's nice to see. So, again, she is a bit of a selfish attacker. I mean, all of her buffs are to herself. I don't think she actually extends the buffs to anybody else. But she has persistent buffs, which I think is really the key. It's that even though she has this constant like kind of countdown mechanic, she is not really at too much of a risk of actually losing any of those buffs, other than the invulnerability, which, since it's tied to whenever she bursts, you can tactically time to coincide with big boss attacks. So, kind of interesting. Now, of course, she does have a bit of stiff competition, right? As an iron-coated character, that does mean that she directly competes as an iron-coated DPS with Red Hood. She competes directly with Rappy Red Hood. So, obviously big damage contenders, and so whether or not she can kind of stack up to those is another question entirely. But again, it's not just about having a couple of optimal DPSs per element. You want to have enough options so you are able to have like a series of different squads, right, that can take on particular elemental weakened challenges. So again, even if she doesn't, and I'm not saying she doesn't, I don't know, we'd have to test it out more, but even if she doesn't like stack up against the highest pedigree of pilgrims that are currently out there as Iron Code, that's not to take away from her effectiveness or general usefulness in having her sort of in your in your barracks as a whole. Alright, so we can kind of see how she stacks up. So this is admittedly an unfair comparison. Chisato doesn't have... she's stacked up against some of my most invested characters. She doesn't have not only no overload gear, but she's at level 0 abnormal gear, 777 for her skills, no doll, Bastion Cube was slapped on her, but beyond that, really, really, really super low investment. So again, she's dealing some decent damage, at least in the context of this particular challenge, given the investment that I've given her. She's not necessarily blowing everything out of the water or coming close, but that being said, it feels like she's dealing okay damage, at least given the context. Again, this is a warped perspective because these are some of my most powerful and invested Nikkes that also have elemental advantage in this fight. So again, she's being dwarfed a little bit by that, but yeah, I mean, I could definitely see her as just being another solid option as an iron-coated DPS. Alright, so we do know that there is a costume gacha for this event as well, and this time it is going to be for Maid Mast. Looks like she has stripped herself of her maid attire, and instead, why does that teabag have a bikini on? I don't know. But instead she's wearing this kind of cool samurai look. It's really neat. And again, she's dipping the tea there. She's got the... Looks like your parrot has a samurai sword as well. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. And then she catches all of the treats and everything. Naturally, she has that winsome smile. You gotta love it. But yeah, she's serving up some tea. We got a couple of these tickets to use with 0 chance of actually getting the skin. But who knows? Maybe we can get something fun here. All right, that's all she wrote. Now, if we do take a closer look and admire the skin itself, lots of gorgeous, intricate details throughout. I love the style of the new outfit, obviously open in the front, the hip cutouts too, very, very alluring at showing off Mast's curves. And then the animation as all of the treats fall off of her platters, but then no worries, a quick refresh available falling in from above. Lots of treats coming in. Have the gate behind her with the bamboo and the sign to the side there too. Just a full of life, lots of animation. That expression is adorable. We take a look at the shooting pose here. So, oh my god, Mast. Oh wow, she's laying it all bare. So yeah, she's got the leg spread pose and then firing the shots. There she goes. The hip cutouts really super evident from the firing pose, and then her parrot is going nuts too, which is which is awesome. It has a little hearts floating up from the reload animation. Very affectionate. You gotta love it. And then of course you do have the string panties, the hanging over the hip, and the side fully exposed from the hip openings in the outfit. Very, very nice. Here is, of course, the chibi looking great, and the special animation with everything falling apart, but no worries. In for the rescue. Plenty of replacement treats. Here she is, marching along. Look at the balance. Look at that. And Parrot going in for a bite or two. Very nice. Firing off the shots. There she is with that reload. Look at that. A little dizzy. A little worse for wear. Today I'm working out here for a little while. And ahoy there! Any interest in becoming a pirate with me? Always. Always. Okay, so I think it's time to get into the event proper, Cause Recoil. And see what they got. Alright, so Chisato is taking a nap here. Alright, Chisato, wake up. Chisato? Ugh, is it morning already? Ah, it's so bright. Wait, why was I sleeping outside? Sleeping outside? Sleeping outside isn't the issue here. We seem to have woken up in an unknown location. No way. Wait, really? This place looks like a park, kind of. Let me call Lycoris Recoil and... Huh? It says there's no signal. I suspected as much. Mine says the same. I asked people around here, but I still have no clue as to where we are. Oh, I know where we are. You do? We're in a dream. Okay. She seems very carefree. I knew you'd say that. Unfortunately, this is reality. Ah, Kurumi, bringing us back down. Kurumi's here too, and she's outdoors with us. This is definitely a dream. So seems like she's a bit of a recluse. She might get along with Trony. Enough with this nonsense. Let's focus. I want to get home as soon as possible. All right, then let's start with what we know. Takina, when you tried talking to the people around here, did you have any problems communicating? No, communication wasn't an issue. We understood each other just fine. Which means we're definitely not anywhere foreign. In that case, we should see if we can borrow someone's phone. And then, let's go to a cafe to get some I mean information. Just to be clear, we're not here on vacation. Yeah, but we can't just sit here and do nothing. We need to figure out what's going on. How about that cafe over there? Oh, perfect! Ah. We're... Customer. Here. Sugar. Take order. Alright, I got it. Hi there! Hello. Sit wherever you want. Menu simple. Sugar coffee, cream coffee, milk coffee. What'll it be? Takina leans in and whispers to Chisato. The service here is a little lacking. Haha, I bet it's just part of the theme for this place. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? Those places that are rude or mean to customers is part of the experience. You gonna order? Or no? Sorry about that. I'll have a milk coffee. Milk... Sugar. Sugar? Got it. 1 sugar coffee. And you two? Same thing? Yes, the same for me, please. What is this place? Also, I apologize for asking, but could I borrow a phone? I need to contact someone urgently, but I can't get a signal. You're not gonna just call your own phone to get my number, right? What? No! Okay, here. Thank you. Kurumi, have you ever seen a phone like this? Let me take a look. No. How can there be a model I've never seen before? Well, it seems similar enough to our phones, so I'll try contacting Lycoris. Yeah, okay. Oh, our cafe's policy is to pay up front. Go ahead and take care of that first. You can talk to the one who's half asleep over there to pay. Okay. Chisato takes several small paper bills from her pocket. How much is it? What's that? Oh, what do you mean? It's money. You know, cash, currency. Eh? Huh? Need credits. What? Oh, do you only take cards here? Thud. Takina jumps up from her chair. Chisato, Kurumi, we have a problem. I can't reach anyone. Thwack. At the same time, Frima slams her hand onto the checkout counter. These people, not customers. No money. Just hold on a sec. Frima's about to lay down the law. Oh, cool. Oh, I like the little transition. They always do a good job with the animated menus and everything. Alright, so touch to continue. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god, look at that thing! Is that a chipmunk? Or, hey, I told you not to ride Black Typhoon around here. Customers, gone. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're getting a look inside Cafe Sweetie, it looks like. Which is really nice. And there's Frima over here. Oh, I want to see. Is she in her sleeping bag? I can't tell. I can't tell. Is this another appearance of larval form Frima? So this is fun. What is it? So please don't throw objects into the fountain to make wishes. All right. So what do we got here? Oh, got a little animation going. Very nice. Alright, so the login stamp. Let's take care of business here. We'll go ahead and grab our goodies. Oh, it's a nice little calendar. Okay. And get some advanced vouchers for our troubles. Let's just kind of browse around for a bit and take in the sights. Love the fountain. Got that rainbow going and everything too. Very nice. Gotta love it. Oh, I spy one over here too. Alright. And then one left to go. Where's the last one? I gotta get it before doing anything else. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, up here. There we go. There we go. Okay. All of our targets down. What is this? Is this like a... Is this a switch? Transport? Oh, it's a transporter. It's like a teleportation booth. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I don't have to walk like all the way back to the fountain if I need to. So it looks like there's a... Is that a dumpster? What is that? Oh, it's another warping point. I see. Alright. Okay, so what's the challenge? Who's the challenge going to be? Oh, it's Gravedigger. Okay, at least these are usually very easy. So I don't have to manual Gravedigger and give myself... So at least I don't have to manual Gravedigger and give myself a headache and carpal tunnel. Alright, so we'll make our way over to... So from the login stamp, it looks like on the third day... Yeah, on the third day we can get Kurumi here. She has a very smug smile. Looks like she's a burst 1. Interesting. So she's the techie? Genius hacker. Okay, cool. She's Walnut, the genius hacker. She has the appearance of a child, but acts like an adult, even speaking with Mika like an equal, so it is hard to know how old she actually is. She has been hiding in Cafe Lycoris to evade those who are pursuing her. Alright, and then there are these missions, naturally. Get these daily missions going, and I do believe, right, we should have the new skin for Chisato. Yep, here we go. Nice. So you get the sporty attire, and clear this out too. Very nice. And let's check out the story here. All right, and then ooh, some page-tearing effect going there. Okay, okay. And then... Oh, they're little serving platters. Look at that. Oh, that looks delicious? It looks pretty delicious. I don't know what the ingredients are, but they look pretty good. So let's get Frima in there. We can go ahead and get sugar as well as Chisato, and that gets us to the 100%. Let's just go ahead and toss Polian milk in there for good measure, and then get into it. Alright, it is time to game. Here we go, let's check out the minigame here. Usually they go pretty hard with these. Screen will switch to landscape mode for a better experience. Oh, the sprite work is so cute. It's such a cute style. Alright, so Lycoris beats. So is this going to be a rhythm game? So this is a rhythm game. Wow, right out of the gate, they explain it. Please ensure background music is turned on when playing. Each stage has a specific gameplay style. Please read through the description of each stage. Tap anywhere on the screen at the correct timing. Use spacebar. Okay. You can use coffee stamps and limited dessert stamps to level up different talents. Limited dessert stamps are awarded each time you clear a stage on normal for the first time. Coffee stamps are awarded each time you clear a stage. So limited dessert stamps are with every first clear. Coffee stamps are every time you clear. Stages are divided into 2 difficulties. Clearing the stages on normal will unlock hard. Hard is difficult. Features special modifiers that further increase the difficulty, okay? Changing the difficulty with mods are featured in hard mode. Okay, so you can use mods in hard mode. Selecting a mod allows you to try your hand at harder difficulty, I see. In addition to increasing the difficulty, mods also increase the points. Right, okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. And then union scores, of course. Okay. Alright, let's give this a try. First up, Normal 1. Let's see. Rhythmic shooting. Practice shooting in this VR training. Order of monsters appear. Tap the screen on the correct timing to shoot them in order. Shoot them in the right order. So this is it's like an FPS but a rhythm game. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Okay. Alright. That's pretty straightforward. I'm sure it is going to ramp up severely as it goes on, but it's a really cute aesthetic, like, for sure. So wait, is this... So this one isn't an FPS, though, over here? So I haven't unlocked hard. That's going to unlock on the 18th. Okay. So we can do the normal here. So what's going on here? Oh! Alright. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting a little distracted by the visuals of So I don't know if these are songs from Lycoris Recoil. I mean, I would imagine they are, but cool. Okay. All right. So far so good. So it's all rhythm games, but they're technically each like a different genre. Like this one up here is like a cooking game. All right, let's see what this one is. Oh, I have to hold it. Oh, okay. I have to hold it. I'm gonna restart that. Okay, and okay. Got it. Uh-huh. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh no, I missed. Aw. Nice. All right. And 99.4. Okay, I gotta redo that. But we get some talents. Check this out. Okay, increase the number of points you can get. Increase your total life. Decrease the game's difficulty, reducing the level by accuracy required. So I mean, definitely number of points. Like that's easy. That's an easy choice. And I can upgrade it. Oh yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I? Get all the points. And you can reset, so So no commitment necessary. You can always respec if you would like to. So is it just these three? Is it just these 3 games and then the hard mode? I guess we can get our rewards, but is that everything? Is that everything until hard mode is unlocked? Yeah, because I think when hard mode unlocks, that's like the real. I think that's like the real game. So that's like the real rhythm game, because that's where you can use mods and stuff to actually increase your difficulty and increase your score and everything. So yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. The next story segments have also unlocked. Oh, so we can dive into the next story chapters. I am eager to get into those for sure. Okay, but anyway, that is gonna do it for our coverage of the Lycoris Recoil collaboration event. Let me know down below if you're a fan of Lycoris Recoil, what you think about, if you are, what you think about the collaboration, the characters, the treatment, the art, the burst, the skills, the skins, the event, and everything else. Hopefully they did it justice. Again, I don't really know anything about it, so certainly feel free to educate my ignorant ass in the comments down below. Best of luck to you if you are pulling for Chisato, or if you did pull for Chisato. Hopefully you had the best of luck and were able to get her super quick. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel for more Goddess of Victory Nikke content. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, let's keep taking back that surface.